Ken, before we get started with this list of questions I have for you, I got to ask, probably hundreds of guys have worked on the 115 over the years, right? Was I the worst guy to ever work on the race car?
No, not at all, not at all. My God, we've had kids come in and try to help, and I had no clue what a screwdriver was, but we always encouraged them. But we definitely have met a whole host of characters, but all in good, for the most part, it was all in good fun.
Can you tell us how your family got involved in auto racing?
Wow. So the story goes, according to my father, is he started out selling soda at Burton Lake Speedway, which is not even a half a mile down the street. So that was the early 1950s. He's roughly about 12 years old. So that was his first exposure to racing. As he got older and became an older teenager, he started to help Johnny Waite, who had a repair shop, junkyard, and they had race cars that ran locally, like at Pine Bowl, Route 66. So he used to walk from here down to Snyder's Corners Road and help John, repair passenger cars and work on race cars and go to the races with him.
What do you remember from those early years?
My first recollection of myself going to a race would be, and I'm kind of guessing, about 1966 Pine Bowl Speedway, sitting on the side hill of the bank on a blanket, basically watching the races. So that would be my first recollection, of any type of racing. And then, I can remember going to Devil's Bowl sometimes on a Sunday in the summer. My parents would take us, and also going to Lebanon. And probably the earliest I can remember going to Lebanon is maybe 1969-ish, 1970 or so.
When did you know you wanted to drive a race car?
Probably when I became a teenager myself. I'm going to say 13, 14, 15 in through there.
Was it difficult to convince your parents to let you drive?
No, not at all. I think my father almost encouraged it, because at the time, we had two cars, one being driven by Chuck Ely, then the other one as a backup. So I started to take the backup car out and run the mud in and pack the track in, get ready for warm-ups, and then I would pull off before the fast warm-ups. And then as I built up a little bit more confidence, I stayed out there, ran the fast warm-ups, and then started in the back of the heats and the consies and tried to get qualified. And that was about the time that Howard, commander at Lebanon Valley, started to pay $100 for last spot. So my dad was after that extra $100 bill, and I was the guy to do it, I guess.
Do you remember what it was like racing for the first time?
Yeah, it was actually pretty scary. You're going around and you think you're really going as fast as you can, and guys were going by me on both sides. And as a kid, you say to yourself, well, I don't really know if this is what I want to do. But I stuck with it because I knew I liked racing overall, and got used to going a little bit faster each week, and kind of sneaking up on it that way.
Who were some of the drivers that you looked up to in those early years?
Oh boy, there was a ton of them. Naturally, Chuck Ely, Butch Jelly, Win Slavin, Tommy Corellis, Will Cagle, Dave Leckenby, who as a teenager worked for my dad in our repair shop. There was just there was a whole host of characters. Denny Saltis, Eddie Del Molino, Kenny Coons, a lot of great drivers through the years that I got a chance to watch.